Welcome everyone. Today, you're going to learn something that can truly change your life. Not just your English, not just your pronunciation, but something deeper. Something that can transform your mind, your confidence, and your entire future. There are millions of people in the world who are learning English. They watch videos, memorize grammar rules, and even buy expensive courses. Yet after months or even years, they still struggle to speak fluently. They hesitate, they think in their native language, they translate every word. Their brain gets tired, their mouth becomes stiff, and English continues to feel like a heavy burden. But you don't have to live like that. There is a better way. What you're about to learn is not just about English. It's about training your brain and training your mouth the same way an athlete trains before a match, a singer trains their voice, or a warrior trains for battle. Fluency isn't magic. Fluency is training, daily training, brain training, mouth training. And if you follow these steps, your English fluency will never be the same again. So stay with me until the very end, because every idea builds on the one before it. And if you're serious about becoming fluent and unlocking the power of your voice, make sure you're subscribed. This channel is about transformation, confidence, and becoming the person you were meant to be in English and in life. Let's begin with the most important idea. Start thinking in English from the moment you wake up. When you open your eyes in the morning, what language is in your mind? Do you think in your native language? Do you silently plan your day using your mother tongue? That's where the problem begins. If your first thoughts are not in English, then no matter how many videos you watch, your brain will always treat English as a foreign language. So make a powerful change. Let English be the first voice inside your mind each morning. Talk to yourself in English, even silently. Say things like, "It's 6:30. I need to get up now. My room is cold. I'll grab a sweater. Let me brush my teeth and make some tea." You don't need to speak out loud. Just think in English. This is called an active inner monologue, one of the most powerful brain training methods in the world. It rewires your mind and teaches your brain to produce English automatically without translation. Add more details to your thoughts. Instead of simply saying, "I'm brushing my teeth," expand your inner sentences. Describe what you see, what you feel, what you're doing. By doing this, you grow your vocabulary naturally and begin to see the world in English. Do this daily, even for just a few minutes. Start small. 5 minutes in the morning is enough to begin transforming your thinking habits. You're not just practicing English anymore. You're starting to live in English. The brain is a pattern machine. Whatever you repeat, it accepts as normal. So let English become the normal language in your mind. Now that your brain is waking up in English, it's time to wake up your mouth. When speaking English aloud, many learners feel that their mouth is stiff, their tongue doesn't move fast enough, or their lips can't shape the sounds clearly. This isn't a vocabulary problem or a grammar problem. It's a muscle problem. Your lips, tongue, jaw, cheeks, and throat are physical tools, and they must be trained daily if you want smooth, clear, confident speech. Singers warm up their voices. Actors warm up their facial muscles. Athletes warm up their bodies. So English learners must warm up the mouth. A simple morning speech warm-up can transform the clarity and flow of your English. Takes only 2 minutes and requires nothing but your attention. Begin by loosening your jaw. Open your mouth wide like a yawn, hold it, then relax. Stretch your mouth with sounds like ah, e, and o. This wakes up the muscles that help you shape sounds. Next, strengthen your tongue, the most important muscle for pronunciation. Touch the roof of your mouth with your tongue and hold it. Push your tongue to each cheek. Stick it out, pull it back, and make circles inside your mouth. This improves flexibility and precision, giving you smoother, clearer pronunciation. Once your tongue is active, you're ready to use it with real sound. Your jaw is awake, your tongue is strong, and now it's time to challenge your speaking muscles with one of the most powerful exercises ever created, tongue twisters. They're fast, fun, and difficult, and that difficulty is what makes them brilliant. Tongue twisters train your mouth to handle tricky sound combinations with speed, control, and clarity. Begin with a classic. She sells seashells by the seashore. Say it slowly at first, then a little faster, then faster again. Let your mouth adapt and learn. Move on to this one. Red lorry, yellow lorry. This is fantastic for improving L and R, two sounds that many learners struggle with. Start slowly, then build speed. If you make a mistake, simply restart. That's part of the process. Finally, try this challenge. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Aim for clarity, not perfection. The goal isn't to perform, it's to activate your muscles. Over time, you'll notice something incredible. Words that used to feel difficult become easy. Sounds that once confused you start flowing naturally. Sentences that used to trip your tongue no longer slow you down. Your mouth begins to move like a fluent speaker's mouth because you've trained it. It may seem like a simple warm-up, but here's the truth. Daily practice sharpens your pronunciation, increases clarity, and makes you more confident. Difficult sounds no longer scare you. You move through them smoothly. You stop hesitating. You stop struggling. Your listening improves too. When your mouth learns the correct sounds, your ears begin to recognize them more easily. Bit by bit, your fear of speaking fades away. You start to feel prepared, capable, and ready to speak anytime. This is exactly how actors train. This is how public speakers prepare. And this is how you will train from now on. Most English learners work only on their brain. They read, write, memorize, but they forget to train the machine that actually produces speech. The mouth. That's why they stay stuck. But you won't make that mistake. A simple 2-minute warm-up each morning can lead to a lifetime of clarity, confidence, and fluency. You don't need magic. You don't need expensive tools. You just need a habit. Now let's move to another powerful technique. Mirror practice. Speaking to yourself as if you're in a movie. The most confident English speakers are not always the ones who know the most vocabulary. They are the ones who feel comfortable with their own voice. They speak with expression, energy, and emotion. Mirror practice is one of the best ways to develop that power. The simple. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and speak. You are both the speaker and the listener. You become your own coach, your own conversation partner, your own audience. When you do this consistently, something remarkable happens. You begin to notice how you speak. You become aware of your body language, your facial expressions, your energy. You start expressing ideas, not just saying words. This isn't just mouth training. This is confidence training, personality training, emotional training. Most English learners only practice in their mind or on paper. But speaking is a physical act. It involves your face, your breath, your posture, your gestures, your presence. When you speak in front of a mirror, you naturally correct yourself. You stand taller. You breathe more deeply. You use your face and your hands. You connect emotionally with your words. This is what actors practice. This is what great speakers do. And this is now part of your growth. Here's a simple way to practice. Start by standing tall and meeting your own eyes in the mirror. Take a breath and remind yourself that this is not about perfection. It's about connection. Then choose a small, simple topic. Talk about your day. Describe what you see around you. Share a story. Pretend you're giving a TED Talk. Keep it natural and conversational. As you speak, use your face, your hands, and your voice. Don't speak flatly, speak like a character. Smile. Show surprise. Raise your eyebrows. Use your hands to describe things. Play with volume and tone. When you add emotion and energy, your English becomes rhythmic, engaging, and alive. You stop being just a learner, you become a communicator. Keep talking for several minutes without stopping. At first, it may feel strange, but keep going. Mistakes don't matter. If you forget a word, explain it another way. If you feel silly, remind yourself that no one is watching. You are practicing the real skill of fluency, continuing to speak even when your mind hesitates. This builds the ability to think and speak at the same time, one of the true marks of fluency. End your practice by smiling at yourself and saying something kind. Tell yourself you did well. Tell yourself you're improving. Because learning English isn't just about language, it's about mindset. The way you talk to yourself matters. For an extra challenge, record a short video of yourself speaking once a week. Watch it later to see your progress. You'll be amazed by how your expression, clarity, and confidence improve over time. You'll see your transformation with your own eyes. Mirror practice helps you speak with presence, personality, and real emotion. When you do it regularly, you stop being afraid of English and start enjoying it. Now let's look at another powerful technique. Shadowing, imitating real English to build real fluency. Shadowing is a secret weapon used by advanced learners. It's fast, powerful, and incredibly effective. It means listening to a native speaker and speaking at the same time, copying their words exactly as they say them. You become their shadow, following their pronunciation, their tone, their pauses, their rhythm. You don't just listen to them, you become them for a moment. This activates every part of your fluency. Your ears pick up natural English, your brain absorbs patterns and structure, and your mouth produces real sentences without hesitation. Your nervous system is taking everything and wiring it together. In short, you are building a direct bridge between listening and speaking. You are teaching your brain and mouth to work together automatically, just like native speakers do. Think about how shadowing differs from passive listening. With passive listening, you hear English and understand it, but you don't speak. That's a passive skill. With shadowing, you hear, you understand, and you speak immediately. That's an active skill, and it's what real fluency needs. In real life, you don't only listen, you listen and then speak, often while thinking and feeling. Shadowing trains you to respond quickly with emotion, clarity, and speed. Choose a short English clip that interests you and where the speaker is native or fluent and the audio is clear. Listen once without speaking to feel the mood, meaning, and rhythm. Then play it again and speak along with the speaker, matching words, pace, tone, and pauses as closely as you can. At first you may feel slightly behind, and that's fine. Keep going. Repeat the same clip several times instead of jumping to something new. Repetition builds muscle memory, and gradually your voice will sound smoother, more natural, and closer to the original. What does shadowing improve? Your pronunciation sharpens because you copy correct sounds repeatedly. Your speaking speed increases without added stress. Your listening comprehension becomes keener. You absorb vocabulary in whole phrases and sentences. Most importantly, your brain and mouth begin to work in harmony. A short daily session of shadowing can produce more speaking power than long hours of passive study. Don't try to understand every single word. Concentrate on sound, rhythm, and emotion. Use subtitles at first if you must, then remove them. Record yourself while shadowing and compare your voice with the original. Practice with different voices and styles. Male and female, slow and fast, serious and funny. Make shadowing a regular part of your fluency routine. Shadowing is not mindless copying. It's real-time performance practice. It trains your mouth to move fluently and your brain to react instantly, building the confidence to speak without hesitation. When you combine shadowing with mirror practice, mouth warm-ups, and thinking in English, you create a complete system that transforms your English from the inside out. Bring English into your life by describing what you're doing in the moment. Narrate your actions, thoughts, and feelings in English as you live your day. This real-time description training turns your brain into an English machine, not just during study, but throughout your actual life. When you try to speak in conversation, your mind often panics and searches for words. But if English is already your everyday thinking language, that panic disappears. As you go about your day, speak softly or silently if you must. Whisper, mouth the words, or keep an inner narration. Describe small routines and observations. Boiling water for tea, searching for a clean cup, remembering you forgot the milk, noticing the weather outside, or thinking about a meeting you must finish. Describe surroundings and simple objects naturally. The curtain by the window, a messy table, a crying child. Use those moments to build vocabulary tied to real life instead of textbook lists. Express your emotions and inner thoughts in English. Say what you feel about a situation. Nervous about a meeting, proud for getting up early, tired and needing rest. This trains your brain to express internal language. Feelings, decisions, stress, joy, frustration, hope, the language people actually use in conversation. Turn ordinary activities into practice. Cooking, cleaning, waiting in line, washing your hands, folding clothes. Make narration a habit throughout the day so English becomes your default mode of thinking. If you practice this way consistently for several weeks, your mind will begin to switch to English automatically. Your mouth will respond faster and more clearly, your vocabulary will grow naturally, and you'll start feeling at home in the language. You might even begin dreaming in English, a clear sign you've crossed an important line. This is immersion you create for yourself, training your brain and mouth together. Finally, forget the myth that fast speech equals fluency. Speed without control only creates confusion and tension in your nervous system. Clear speaking is the real goal. Speaking slowly and deliberately enough that your words are precise, your rhythm is natural, and your message is easy to follow. Clear speaking builds confidence, and confidence creates fluency. When you try to speak fast without proper training, several problems appear. Your pronunciation becomes unclear. Your grammar breaks. You skip words. You become anxious. Your confidence drops. People can't understand you and you start doubting yourself. So here is a new standard for you. Speak like a leader. Speak like a teacher. Speak like someone who is calm, clear, and in control. Not rushed, not nervous, but powerful. When you speak slowly, your mouth has time to pronounce correctly. Your brain has time to choose the right words. Your listener has time to understand you. And you feel in control of your voice. This creates confidence, and confidence creates fluency. Every great speaker in the world communicates with clarity, not speed. Start with simple everyday sentences such as, "Today I'm going to the market. I enjoy reading books in the evening. My favorite color is blue because it makes me feel peaceful." Don't just say these sentences, deliver them. Speak them slowly, word by word. Break them into parts. Give space to each sound. Feel every syllable. This helps your mouth learn the shape of English. After that, say them again in a calm, natural voice. Now you're not rushing, you're owning the sentence. You sound confident. Next, record your voice. Say the same sentence 3 ways. Very slow, normal slow, and natural clear. Listen to your recordings and ask yourself, am I clear? Would a native speaker understand me easily? Did I feel calm? This kind of self-feedback is more powerful than any app or tutor. Here is a bonus technique. Practice with a pencil between your teeth. Put it gently in your mouth and try to speak a sentence clearly. Feels difficult at first, but after a short moment, remove the pencil and speak again. Suddenly your mouth feels more flexible, and your pronunciation becomes stronger. This simple exercise strengthens the muscles you use to speak. When you choose clarity instead of speed, something amazing happens. People understand you. You sound more intelligent. You make fewer mistakes. Your thoughts stay organized. You begin to feel truly fluent. And that internal fluency, confidence, control, clarity is the real goal. Not speed, not memorization, but powerful communication. Stop trying to speak fast. Speak with calmness. Speak with clarity. Train your mouth to pronounce fully. Train your brain to think while speaking. And trust that when you speak clearly, people will listen. Here is another powerful fluency technique. Take one sentence and express it in different ways. Real fluency is not knowing many words. It's being able to use the words you already know in flexible, creative ways. A fluent speaker doesn't always say more. A fluent speaker knows how to say the same idea differently. Choose a simple sentence from your daily life, such as, "I'm tired today." Now create a second version, just slightly changed. "I didn't sleep well, so I feel tired. It's been a long day and my energy is low." Then create a third version with more detail or emotion. "I feel mentally and physically tired today, like I need a full day of rest. My body is awake but my mind is exhausted." Now you're no longer practicing like a textbook learner. You're communicating like a real expressive speaker. This method trains your brain to build sentences creatively and your mouth to speak with natural rhythm. Try more examples. "I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything since morning. My stomach is making noises. I really need food. It's cold today. The wind feels icy on my face. I wish I had worn a thicker jacket. I'm nervous. My hands are shaking a little. I can't stop thinking about the meeting. I hope it goes well." Each time you do this, you build creative fluency. You train your brain to be flexible. You train your mouth to express ideas without fear. Even if your sentences are broken at first, that's okay. The goal is not perfection but flexibility and courage. After a little practice, you'll pause less, express more, and feel more fluent even with simple vocabulary. Here is another essential concept. Use phrase clusters instead of single words. Many learners sound unnatural because they speak word by word, like building blocks. The words are understandable, but they don't sound fluent or confident. Native speakers speak in phrase clusters, small groups of words that flow together. These clusters are natural, rhythmic, fast, and automatic. Instead of hello, say hey, how's it going? Instead of yes, say yeah, sure thing. Instead of I don't know, say I'm not really sure actually. Instead of thank you, say thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. It's not about using big vocabulary. It's about flow. When you practice phrase clusters, your mouth learns the rhythm of real English. Your brain remembers phrases, not rules. Your speaking becomes automatic, smooth, and natural. Collect commonly used clusters from movies, interviews, vlogs, and conversations. Listen for phrases like, let me think, to be honest, I was just about to. It's kind of like, at the end of the day, sounds good to me. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. Choose clusters that fit your life. Then practice saying them out loud many times with natural speed and tone. Treat each cluster as a single sound unit, not separate words. Then use them in daily speech or even in your internal monologue. Replace basic sentences with smooth, natural ones. This reprograms your brain to think in flowing, real English. Try a daily loop. Pick several clusters, repeat each one many times, use each in a sentence, and try to include them in your conversations. This is rhythm training. You're learning not just English, but the music of English. Finally, tell one story every day. Real fluency doesn't come from grammar rules or videos. It comes from taking your thoughts, memories, and experiences and expressing them aloud with emotion and clarity. Storytelling trains your brain to organize thoughts and your mouth to deliver them naturally. It builds narrative flow, emotional expression, speaking stamina, and the ability to talk for several minutes without stopping. You stop translating. You start communicating. Big dramatic stories aren't necessary. You can talk about something that happened yesterday, a funny or embarrassing moment, a dream you had, a childhood memory, a family moment, or something that made you feel happy, sad, or proud. You can share a moment when you failed and learned something, or something you're excited about in the future. Here's the truth. Everyone has stories inside them. You just need to unlock them in English. Start by choosing one small event from your life. Ask yourself questions like, what did I do yesterday? What is one thing I remember clearly from my past? What emotion did I feel today? Even a short moment can become a meaningful story. For example, yesterday I missed my bus. I was late for work. My boss was angry. I felt terrible. That's already a story. Next, tell that story out loud from the beginning to the end. Find a quiet place. You can look in the mirror or just talk to the wall while walking around. Speak your story in English without stopping too much. Don't worry about mistakes. Keeping your mouth moving helps your brain form longer thoughts and makes your English flow naturally. Then use real emotion, not just words. Don't speak like a robot. Feel the story. If it was sad, let your voice soften. If it was exciting, let your tone rise. If it was funny, laugh while telling it. Connecting emotions to your English makes your fluency feel natural and alive. From time to time, record yourself and listen back. Reflect on your speaking. Ask yourself, did I speak without long pauses? Was I clear? Did I enjoy speaking? What words do I wish I had known? This gives you honest feedback and shows your progress. You can also tell stories silently in your mind. If you're in public or lying in bed and cannot speak aloud, imagine the memory and narrate it in English inside your head. This trains your inner fluency, the ability to think in English naturally. Now let's talk about training your mouth, because speaking is physical. If someone asks, What part of your body do you use to speak English? Most people say the brain, tongue, lips, or voice. Those answers are correct, but very few people understand that speaking English fluently is a physical skill, just like playing the piano, dancing, or boxing. It's not only about what you know, it's about what your mouth can do. Most learners know more English than they can actually say. The brain understands, but the mouth is slow. They translate, hesitate, and get stuck because their mouth muscles aren't used to moving in an English way. Just like you train your legs to run faster, you must train your lips, tongue, jaw, cheeks, and vocal cords to speak faster, clearer, and smoother. Your jaw affects how wide you open your mouth and how clearly you form vowels. Your tongue produces most English sounds. Your lips shape expressions and control sounds like P and B. Your cheeks affect the shape of your mouth and support your speech. Your vocal cords give your voice tone, volume, and confidence. If these parts are weak, tight, or untrained, your English will always feel stuck. But if you train them, you will speak with precision, energy, and freedom. Here's a simple but powerful daily routine, just like brushing your teeth. Jaw training. Open your mouth wide, close it slowly, then move it gently side to side and in circles. This activates the main engine of your mouth. Tongue training. Stick your tongue out and pull it back in. Press it against the roof of your mouth. Touch each cheek from the inside. Practice quick sounds like la and the, focusing on the tongue touching the teeth. This builds strength and control. Lips and cheeks. Alternate between oo, as in moon, and ee, as in sea. Blow air through tight lips like a horse. Smile wide, then relax, then smile again. This builds flexibility and expression. Voice confidence. Take a deep breath and repeat. I speak with clarity. I speak with power. I speak with confidence. Say it stronger each time to connect your voice with energy. After doing these exercises regularly, you'll notice clearer speech, less hesitation, less tension in your mouth, and smoother pronunciation. You'll feel free instead of trapped. Speaking fluently is like singing or dancing. It requires training. If you want fluent speech, you must train the machine that produces speech, your mouth. Fluency doesn't live only in your brain. It lives in your tongue, lips, jaw, cheeks, and voice. Train them consistently, and your English will begin to feel natural and effortless. And now, listen closely. You've reached the end of this message, and I want to speak to you not as a teacher but as someone who truly believes in you. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are not stuck. You simply weren't given the right method, the right system, or the right support until now. Because now you have everything you need. You don't need more apps or more courses. You don't need someone to rescue you. You just need to train your brain and your mouth every day, without giving up. Even when you're tired. Even when you're busy. Even when no one supports you. Your fluency is your responsibility. No one can hand it to you. But if you decide to take it, if you train for it, fight for it, and stay consistent, nothing can stop you. So here is your challenge. Starting today, train every single day. Build your brain and your mouth together. Use these tips as your personal daily routine. After a month, look back and notice how much your life has changed. If you do this, you will never again say, I don't speak English. You will say, I live in English now. Fluency is not a gift. It is a result, created by daily effort, daily belief, and daily courage. If you're truly ready to change your English, your confidence, and your future, then take the next step boldly. This is not the end. It is only the beginning. You are stepping into a new life, word by word, sentence by sentence, day by day. Train your brain, train your mouth, transform your fluency, and never stop.